Welcome to Family Movie Night. I'm Shan.
And I'm Kelly.
And this time we watched the 2019 movie adaptation of the musical Cats. My experience with the musical Cats, the Broadway musical, is about 15 years ago we had a VHS of the 90s adaptation of it, which was basically, the stage. I don't know how they did that, but I tried to watch it. I don't think I made it through the whole thing because it was horrifying. So when this movie came out and people were like, oh my god, it's horrifying, I was like, yeah, it's Cats. What do you expect? So I had no intention of watching this, except that I've kind of recently become more of a Taylor Swift fan, and someone mentioned this on like a Taylor Swift Twitter post thing. So I decided to find it, and I picked it for movie night. And there's not a lot of story to this movie. I mean, it's a group of cats, and kind of they're just introducing themselves one by one through song and dance. And there's like the queen cat, Old Deuteronomy, played by Dame Judi Dench, and every year she picks one of the cats to start a new life somewhere, something. And you've got Idris Elba playing the bad cat McCavity, who's trying to cheat to win the contest, and that's basically it. I mean, you've got Jennifer Hudson playing this old raggedy cat. What was her name? Like Grisabella or something?
Yeah, something like that.
They have interesting names. Yeah, so that's basically it. But to put this in perspective, this movie is rated 2.8 out of 10 on IMDb, wow, which is exactly the same rating as Swim, the movie we watched last week.
Oh my goodness, and this was much better.
Yeah. So, what did you think of Cats?
Okay, first I'm going to tell a story. Okay, for one, musicals would not be my first choice in movies, like Broadway stuff. That's not going to be my first choice, obviously. I do like a lot of them. Some of them I don't care for. Sometimes musical movies are kind of annoying. The songs aren't that great, and you're like, why don't they just act it out? Kind of thing, instead of singing about every daggum thing. My first interest in the Broadway type of stuff came in like middle school when we had let's say, not like a Broadway show, but we performed Broadway songs, like all the classics, and one of the songs happened to be Memory, and I kind of fell in love with that song. I've loved that song since then, but that is my little story. I wish I had footage of that performance. I don't have nothing, pictures or anything, because we had little, like, plastic top hats or something, and we did, like, little dance moves or something. I don't know. I think you had to have been there.
Because I remember you having like a tape of the songs.
Yes, I had a tape of the songs forever.
Music, but I don't remember going like to it.
100 years of Broadway. Because I think it was like after school or something. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But I remember the stands were full of like parents and people and stuff watching us. And I remember I was kind of close to the front row, and that was like, oh my gosh, so embarrassing because I can't sing and dance. Obviously, I did not get any solo parts. Some people had like little solo parts, obviously. That was not me. But I think that was like 5th grade, maybe. And, yeah, because we worked on it for a while, learning all the different stuffs, and then we had the big production thing. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that. And so that kind of perked my interest in the Broadway musical kind of stuff. A little bit. Not, massive, but that's my little story. But yeah, I love the Memory song. That is always going to probably be my favorite. I liked all the cat characters, and I recognized most of the people, like like, oh my gosh, now my brain's going to go blank, but those that you mentioned. Let me resort to my notes. But like Jason Derulo, he had a character. I don't remember what his character's name was. Was it
he
Rumble?
Rum Tum
Rum Tum
Tugger?
Tugger. Yeah, Rum Tum. I was about to say Rumpelstiltskin. That's something else. Rebel Wilson. She was the
Jenny Any Dots or something like that.
something. What kind of? She was a different kind of
A
cat.
Gumby cat.
Gumby cat. I don't know what none of that stuff means. Like I said, I don't know the stuff that this is based off of. I've never read, so I don't.
It's based on a book of poems by T.S. Eliot, and I thought I knew who he was, but then I looked him up and I didn't recognize anything that
the
he's
name
done, so
sounds familiar.
I'm
Like
sure we had to read something in
something
English
probably.
class.
But yeah, I don't know none of the story, so none of this made. When I'm watching this, I'm like, what's going on? This is me through the movie. What is going? I don't know what's going on. What are we doing? I don't understand the story. That was me the whole movie. But yeah, like all the major players, like most of them I recognized if they were real famous. I knew them right off the bat. But there was one cat in the beginning. He was like one of the main cats. He was a male cat. I don't even remember. Let's see. What was his name? Munkustrap? I don't know. Anyways, played by Robbie Fairchild. I didn't know who that was, but I kept looking at this dude thinking he was somebody, and for the longest time, I was like, he looks kind of like Robert Downey Jr. Now, you have to go back and look at this and look at him and tell me, does he not look kind of like a weird, young, in the eyes version of Robert Downey Jr.?
Could be, because, I mean, there were several of them that looked familiar. I was like, we know them from something, and then you look up their IMDb
He was
filmography, and they're like,
apparently mostly like a
anything we've
ballet
seen.
dancer or
Yeah.
something, I think. But he looked so familiar, like he was somebody I knew, and I was convinced in my head, he looks kind of like Robert Downey Jr., but I know that's not him. But I'm like, he does sing. So I'm just like, I don't know. Also, my favorite cat was Mr. Mistopheles? Mistopheles? I don't know.
I don't know how the songs go, but yeah, he was
Magical.
my favorite too, because he had like the black patches over his eyes, and he was a tuxedo cat.
Yeah, and I liked his little vest and hat, and the decor on it was all like buttons, like his little stuff that was made on it just looked like it was all made out of buttons.
I didn't even notice that.
Like even on his hat, it just looked like it was all like white buttons. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. Also, another cat. I liked the burglar cats. They were kind of funny, and I liked their song and everything. And I liked their names. One was Rumple Teaser, and the other was Mungo Jerry. Now, Rumple Teaser was the kind of the girl cat, and for some reason, she looked like Kristen Wiig to me. And I was like, is that Kristen Wiig? No, that's not her. But she kind of looked like her with the cat makeup and everything made over. It kind of reminded me of her for some reason. So, in the eyes, something about the eyes, me and the eyes, I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of weird. So, I'm trying to figure out who people are, and they're not nobody I know. That's what's so bad. They weren't nobody. I don't know these people.
Well, I actually loved this movie. The lighting and everything was really cool, and especially when we watched like the behind that we didn't. I don't even know that we finished all the behind the scenes
I'm
stuff
not
because there was a
sure.
lot. But when you see all the work that went, and I wasn't sure like what process they used for the cats, because I was like, did they CGI people's faces onto like the dancers or whatever? But it's everybody was doing their own performance, but they're in like mocap suits.
Yeah, because I was wondering if they were all actually already made up like cats, like with the makeup and everything, and they weren't. And I'm like, wow. It's amazing technology.
So their faces, I mean, they put like fur over their face, like CGI fur over their faces, but yeah, and like they had special microphones built into their like headbands to capture the live performances, which was kind of, I didn't expect that.
Right.
And then like the sets, everything was built like to be bigger.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I forgot
upscaled.
Yeah.
So they actually look like they're more like cats, like pets, like the cat size, and the furniture is big, like people size.
And like everything was made and like hand painted and stuff. So that was, I mean, I'm sure some of the backgrounds and stuff were like CGI'd in, but like
yeah,
the stuff I guess that they interacted with was like actually built, like the kitchen stuff. It showed
Yeah.
that. I thought the performances were great. I mean, I liked the songs, and
Yeah.
the kind of the music was cool, like that kind of synthy music that it would have in there. That was cool. The dancing was. There were a lot of like
Yeah.
the railroad cat.
Oh, speaking of the railroad
dancing.
cat, for some reason that dude that was playing the railroad cat, he reminded me of somebody that would be in Moulin Rouge. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the
'Cause he
colors.
had like a big mustache or something.
You know what it is? He reminded me of the bad guy in Moulin Rouge for some reason. I don't know.
The bad guy, the one that's like, I don't like this ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the dancers were good. They were all like a lot of professionals.
Yeah, and you could see like the different styles of dancing. Like some of them were ballet dancers. They had like some more like hip hop street dancers in there.
It's cool how that all came together, and then you got T Swizzy, and I liked her song with the McCavity whatever. That was pretty cool.
And then there was a song that she wrote with Andrew Lloyd Webber that was added in, which I had heard before, called "Beautiful Ghosts," which was performed by Victoria, the white cat. That was kind of the. Was she white? She was white, right?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, she might have had stripes and stuff, but like she was kind of the new cat.
That was kind of learning about everybody and everything, because she was dumped. That was a cool scene too, when she got dumped out. The people coming in the vehicle, and then she's in the sack. I kind of like that, and all the cats, coming up and like, what is this? It's funny, all their cat-like mannerisms that they have. Yeah.
Ian McKellen was one of the cats. James Corden, I really thought he might be annoying, but he was actually really good.
He was funny. His parts were funny.
Him and Rebel Wilson.
Oh, yes.
Okay, what did you think of Jennifer Hudson?
I liked her character. I mean, she was kind of... Oh, how do I put it? I don't even know the words. But I liked her character. She wasn't in it a whole lot, as opposed to everybody else. But she had the best song, because she got the memory song, so she had one of the best songs. And her performance on it was just like wow and powerful. She, with the cat stuff, it made her look really old and raggedy, but it was cool. I really liked her.
So Kelly, what are you gonna rate Cats?
What am I gonna rate Cats? I actually really liked it. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I mean, it was good to me. But I do, in a way, like musicals when they're good. And this one, the music was good. The story was alright, even though there wasn't a whole lot of story. It held my interest. I liked all the cat characters. I thought it was fun. Yeah, funny and everything. So,
And I'm gonna give it 4.5 fish skeletons out of 5. Because I loved it. I mean, just visually, it was awesome. It reminded me of seeing like other like movie musicals that we've loved, like Moulin Rouge, like seeing Moulin Rouge for the first time, or Rent for me. I don't know that you liked Rent all
like
that much,
Rent.
but yeah. So it kind of gave me that feeling watching it on the with the projector. It was awesome. I mean, I can see why people wouldn't like it, just based on it not having a very much involved with the story. But
And if you didn't like musicals, if musicals are not
Yeah.
your thing,
and if you're not, wowed by, I'm like visual stuff is just.
and maybe you're not a cat person, don't
Yeah.
watch a movie about cats.
But I think it deserves way more than a 2.8. I mean, just the amount of like artistry that went into this. It's
all
just
dancers and actors that became singers, or singers and that became actors, and
I mean,
just
2.8 is just insulting. The fact that it's in the same category rating as Swim, which was basically just a cash grab, in my opinion, that's just insulting.
yes.
So, anyway, that's what we thought of Cats. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and
Meow. Bye bye.